Warning, the following may contain axe speaks. Join fantasy authors Phil Tucker, Timandra Whitecastle, David Benem, Benedict Patrick, and Josiah Bancroft as they roll dice and take on the bad guys in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. 5 authors, 5 worlds, 1 adventure. It's time to get crit-faced. Previously on Crit-Faced. Trying to survive the twig creatures of the winery, Lord Talfrin and Jean are stuck outside in the vineyard, while Master Sunna faces off against the magic-using druid inside. Meanwhile, Kellen has managed to climb up the wall of the winery, reaching the first floor window.
Kellen, you're hanging on a window ledge. There's a whole pile of horrible stuff happening to your pals. Below, you can see this druid with this weird staff muttering on the winch before you, but he's not aware of you. What's the plan? You've got inspiration.
Just a question. If now this window that I'm looking at is it paned? There's glass.
There is pane, and yes, there's also glass.
Okay. Now, if I fired a crossbow bolt through there, could I still hit the druid?
I don't think you're going to be able to fire a crossbow bolt because at the moment you're hanging from the window. So
I have bardic inspiration.
What does it's going to be more difficult if you're trying to fire through the glass. You know, there's going to be modifiers on top of that. So it's definitely going to be a difficult shot to make. I think.
Can I at least just barrel through the glass and tackle the guy?
I'm totally up for that. That's much more. Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. And that seems more barbaric anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
Particularly in my frenzied state.
Right. Do you want to describe what happens? I'll just let you before you roll your attack dice. What does the druid say?
Before Kellen makes his way through the glass and barrels into the weird blood-covered tree man, he just snarls, spit flying everywhere over the glass, so much so that you can't see through it anymore. And then all of a sudden it shatters. Kellen just screams as he charges through and just throws all of his girth onto the tree hugger man.
Yeah. The man, so he turns and he opens his mouth and you can see his teeth are all sort of rotting in his gums, and you can see his tongue is sort of cloven in two, so he tries to speak, but the bits just aren't working the way they should, and he just brandishes the staff, and there is something just unholy about the staff. You notice.
He's talking my language.
This staff that he it's almost like a sort of a black miasma, sort of floating or oozing from the staff as he brings it to bear against you. Go for it. Roll your attack.
Kill him.
Oh, natural 1.
Oh, you've got to be kidding! What?
Okay, that's a critical miss, obviously, so that fails. So,
I get multiple attacks. I mean, my...
Why are you being so honest about your die rolls? It could have been a 20, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, 20! Oh.
Okay. What's your plan?
I get multiple attacks. I mean,
Yeah.
Am I still doing this?
More than speaking, though.
All right, then he gets the axe.
Okay.
17.
17 will hit.
12.
Yeah, 12 damage. Wow. You
D8.
That's off his head.
Okay, you basically, your first swing just goes wild. It's probably because he's obviously on this winch mechanism. You're sort of walking out onto it. It's a bit of a precarious situation that throws you off balance, but you swing it round, and another swipe. The guy actually raises up his hand to stop the incoming blow, and you lop off, a few of his fingers, basically, as he puts this out there to get out of the way. Is that you finished?
I get 3 attacks. I mean, but can I do that still with the?
Yeah. The critical miss just meant you missed the first one. That's it.
I just didn't know moving through the window that didn't cost me anything.
No, that's just
okay.
Just your movement because you're pretty close to him, and it's a cool image.
7.
A 7 does not hit.
Okay.
No wait,
Bardic.
Bardic inspiration.
Oh wait. Oh,
Yes!
Bardic inspiration.
That's what I've been saying.
Hold on. And 9.
What? No, 9 will not hit. So that's the turn. Okay.
It was a terrible song that I sang him.
Is that your turn over, Kellen?
I can attack again.
4 times, yeah, absolutely.
times?
You do it 4 times.
That whole honesty thing, I love how you're running with it.
Okay. Lovely. Right. So it's the druid's turn next. So Master Sunna, we'll go to you first. So you've obviously charged forward into this fantastic person. What's she going to do? She is going to do another. She's going to have another go thunder wave at you again. Okay. Master Sunna, do you want to take another? So she basically, you got this nimbus of energy. She sort of pulls her hands apart and pushes it, like almost her hands basically almost touching your face. Do you want to take a Constitution saving throw again?
Okay.
20.
Hand saving throws. Yeah.
20.
Oh my.
20.
Natural 20.
No, you don't. No.
I wish. It's a 3.
Oh.
We came to die.
With Constitution added.
Oh my god.
So you take 7 lightning damage, and again, boom, you get thrown across the floor. Now, because you run into her, you don't actually fly out the room this time, but it hurts. It hurts. How's your health?
Was that 7?
7.
So I'm at 9 now.
You're at 9.
Oh, that's fine.
You're okay. Yeah,
That's
like Bard level.
I thought it was going to be like her arms fall off or something. It's just
Kellen, the same.
Not yet.
The same is going to happen to Kellen. His druid does the same. He sees now. He shakes the staff this time, and it's the lightning plays all around the staff, and it's sort of black forks of lightning that spit forward. And Kellen's not at his microphone.
Kellen's dead. Kellen.
Should we take a 5-minute tea break?
What? Do people want a 5-minute break?
We already had 5-minute break.
Come on, guys.
What is this, a union?
How weak is your bladder, sir?
I just need cookies.
I just use a spittoon.
3 oatmeal cookies.
For the urine, not for the cookies.
I'm not judging, dude. We all,
Run.
Virginia's different place.
Right? Dude, we take a...
Oh, we're calling.
Oh, here he is.
Wait, there he is.
He's back.
He's back. Okay.
Kellen, you got
David,
what did I miss?
Your druid, he doing exactly what happened. No. Doing exactly what happened to Master Sunna. He shakes his staff, and the lightning this time plays all around the staff, and it sort of mixes with the sort of black energies coming from it, and black forks of lightning shoot at you. So you need to take a Constitution saving throw.
No, I don't.
Oh, calling your bluff.
No, wait. Do I do this with Bardic Inspiration?
No, you've used your Bardic Inspiration.
You squandered that.
No, wait. Do I add anything to it?
Yes, you'll probably have a Constitution modifier on your...
Then it's 20.
Whoa, okay. So
that's right.
So what happens is that the lightning hits you, and but this time just through your strength of will, you're able to resist most of the force of it, so you do not get thrown back. You do still take 8 thunder damage. I thought it was lightning damage earlier, but it's actually thunder damage. Just as you sort of
that's a kind of damage.
Yes, but it's a much reduced. You can tell that you've resisted most of the effects of it. So, and you're still in melee range.
Do any of my I guess barbaric rage resistances dampen the damage at all?
The thing is, you dander like takes it down.
Sorry.
Bludgeoning, piercing,
no,
slashing.
Unless it specifically says thunder damage. No. Okay. Right, now it's time for the blights. And gentlemen, you guys are swarmed. Like the smaller blights just piling around you. The larger ones sort of slamming from the side. So we're going to say that each of you, just as the blights are sort of moving around you, each of you take 2 from the smaller and 1 each from the larger blights. As they sort of basically swarm all around you and surround you to attack you. So we'll go for Jean first. The 2 of the smaller blights, Jean, are going to hit you first. And again, they're just basically, you can't even distinguish from them. They're all sort of getting locked up in with each other. It's like you're inside a bush that's fighting away at you. The first one gets 13 versus AC.
Hit.
So stabs you for 3 piercing damage. The next one gets 13 versus AC.
Still
Miss. It's a hit. I'm joking.
Okay, and that's another 3. And the larger one goes for your neck, and it gets 23.
That will hit.
And
Yeah.
and that it just lances through for 6 piercing damage. Sort of opening up a cut there. How's your health?
20.
Oh, okay. That sounded like you were daring me there. Lord Talford, the first of the smaller ones gets 21 piercing damage. No, it's 21 to hit.
Yep.
So it's for 3 piercing damage, and the next one is 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
So, and then the larger gets 16
That hits.
and that's for 6 piercing damage. But guys, these creatures are moving to surround you, so you know that you're going to get 2 of the larger ones and 4 of the smaller ones attacking you next as you get completely swamped.
So we should not just hang out.
So that is the end of the Blight's turn. Jean, it's your turn. You are in this mess of insects that are going to tear you apart.
Yes. Lord Tafford, I'm so glad that we are back together so we can just fly away. So, fly, sir. No, he's not gonna
Begin
fly.
flight. Yes.
No, we're not. We're going to die here. Okay. I wish I had worn my better dress. I suppose I shall first cast some basic bardic inspiration before I squandered that on McRag, who unsurprisingly he just didn't know how to use it. Can Master Suna hear me? Now I'm a little closer.
No,
Hello.
You can't see her. Does she have to?
Oh, I have to be able to see her.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you?
Well, no. Can Lord Taffrin see me?
Yeah, he's right beside you.
I'm making a gesture. Can you see that, Lord Taffrin? That's for
thumbs
you.
up?
No, that's for calling me Gene. But I will still give you my bardic inspiration of a D8.
Oh, thank you, Gene.
Yes. Yay! All right, so now I will cast Thunder Wave.
Mm-hmm.
I pull my concertina, I play the same melodic phrase, and a little bolt of blue leaps from the bellows, striking all of them.
Yep. So we're going to catch a lot of them in this. I think what we're going to do here. If you just want to make a right, you're going to how are we going to do this? We're going to catch the basically the guys that were. You said a 15-foot cube is what it normally takes. So.
Yep.
You're going to catch 9 of the smaller ones and 2 of the larger ones in it. Yep. So instead of rolling all 9 at the same time, I think we're just going to do a 1 roll to see what happens to the 9. Okay. So do you want to do that for me now, please? Roll a Constitution save. So if you just roll a D20, and we're going to add 1 to the result.
13.
So they get 14. And what did you say your spell save DC is 15?
Yes.
So they all fail. So you want to roll the damage for the smaller ones, please?
That's the 8. Hold on. So many dice. That's the all right. 6 for the small ones.
So basically, what happens is that so they're all wiped out. That is 9 of them, just basically obliterated as the lightning sort of swarms.
Yeah.
Just this There's a
Kneel
scale of
before
20.
me.
We'll roll for the larger ones. We'll roll for them each. So do you want to roll for the first of the larger ones, please?
Yes, okay. 9 for the first.
Okay, so he fails. On the second one?
7.
Okay, he also fails. Do you want to roll the damage for the first one?
Why no, I was rolling the 8-sided dice for both of those. Should I have been rolling 20?
Yes, the 20. Do you want to...
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
okay, that's all right,
I was
that's all
doing
right. Do you want to re-roll that? Thank you for
all
your
right,
honesty.
so first 10 fails. The second one, 12. That still fails.
It does still fail. So do you want to roll damage for both of them?
Do you?
Do you want to roll your
Oh,
damage?
yes.
So
Okay.
2d8
And
for
that's
each
where you
one?
roll the 12 for the first.
Okay, for the second one?
10.
10. So, see that second one, the one you scored 10? It is the only of your enemies that remains standing after this, and it is literally just held together like by moss and twine. So what does, I mean, if Master Sonna is like, or sorry, if Lord Talfrin is sort of glancing behind him, what does he see? What does this obliteration look like?
It looks like a pine cone being blown up in a fire. Just a bunch of little splinters of wood, like being cast out by a magnificent wave of blue fire and brilliance, and also competence by a man named Jean.
Actually,
Jean.
at that moment, I was glancing into my component pouch and I missed it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
What was that noise? Gene? What's going on?
Jean, so that was obviously a massive success. However, they are still pressing in all around you, so you're technically still in melee combat with still a few of them. Or you have created a hole. You could certainly have a go at running through it, but you're aware that there's still more pressing in. You know, so you could try moving if you want to, or you could stay where you are. But if you move, you will still get attacked by two of them.
If I stay where I am, is that less attacky?
You're going to get attacked anyway, yeah. But that's, that's going to happen.
I feel like I am going to die, and I would like to die in the presence of my friends so I can say, I told you so. Okay, so I will run into the gap.
You're
What
running
about
into
this
the gap.
friend?
Okay.
Yes!
Right. So two of the smaller twig guys get to stabby at you. The first one gets 17 versus AC. Assume that hits you for 3 piercing damage. And the second one gets 23 versus AC. So that's basically a total of 6 piercing damage as you run sort of into the vines, basically. Are you going for your whole 30 feet?
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Wait. Does it get worse?
Well, there are more creatures moving through the vines towards you, but there's not. They're a distance away still. So
this is exhausting. Can I just I came here for cheese and like some wine, and instead I'm getting scratches and
Welcome to
sticks.
Barovia.
are we saying that you're running the full distance into the vines? Is that
The thing that I've learned is like if I throw myself into chaos,
Yes.
Lord Talfrin saves me.
Okay.
So yes, forward.
Just so that's the end of this round. Just at the top of the round, what's everyone's health situation looking like?
9 hit points.
10.
14.
Mine is still come get some.
All right. Well, Master Sonna, we're going to head to you. Top of the round. You are inside the fermentation room. You've just been blasted across the floor again by this druid, but she's only 10 feet away from you. What's your plan?
I'm going to really attack her.
Right. Go for it.
Yeah, for real.
If you thought
Now it's on.
Okay, 14.
14 versus AC will hit.
And
Yes.
then for 4 damage.
Okay, 4 damage.
And then I'm going to do my extra attack,
Okay.
which is 13.
13 versus AC still hits. So you're sort of slashing away at her.
And that's 7.
7 damage. Would you like to?
And
Yeah. Would you like to describe
then-
the death of this druid?
Yeah.
Yes. So I was using my trusted short sword, and sort of a very angry Master Summer. It's like she's been lightning bolted twice. She's not very happy about it, and slashes the druid in like wild hacking motions, and it's like cuts into the neck, and so like cuts off the head is off, like
head.
it's so totally off.
There's just
the short story is head off.
you get these arterial spurts of blood. The body's sort of standing for a split second longer than it should, and then you get a few heartbeat paced spurts, and then it just sort of crumples to the ground. You still get your you had to move 10 feet to get to her, but so you still got a little bit of movement left. Is there anything you'd like to do? Because you are now technically out of combat. You can hear obviously sounds of battle from outside, but there's nothing inside.
So can I still like run towards McCrag?
So McCrag is you're not aware of this. As far as you're aware, McCrag is back in the loading bay holding the doors.
Right.
But you could move back through there. Obviously, as far as you're aware, there'd be a whole pile of blights back through there. But you do know that's where your pal is.
Yeah. Can I do like a perception check of the room just to make sure that there's nothing, there's no other druid here?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, do I add something? Perception is +3. That's 21.
Okay, so there's nothing here. You're aware at there's actually movement up in the rafts above, but actually it's a whole pile of magpies are perched up there in the rafters. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything of particular interest in here to you. There's lots of doors out of it. Obviously, there's I don't know if that's something you're wanting more info on.
Oh, maybe some other time.
Sorry, maybe some other time. Okay.
So I'll decide to go back to... So sheathe my sword and, job well done.
Yes.
Walk down the corridor to find everyone, of course, blissfully healthy and no more blights.
Are you heading back out? Is that the plan?
Yes, towards where I think McCrag was.
Okay, so you sort of run out the corridor and you realise the loading bay room is now empty. There's nothing there, and what we'll do is we'll end your turn as you sort of get into the loading bay. So you realise you can see in the distance outside this swarm of blights. You probably just catch sight of the light show as Jean blasts a hole in the side of the mob, and you can see him running off into the vines. As you stop, you hear combat from above you, and you look up and you can actually see Kellen balancing on the arm of the winch high above the loading bay, and it's sort of illuminated by the lightning that's playing over him as he resists the blast from the druid. So that's Master Summer's round. It's Lord Talfrin. Lord Talfrin, you are being swarmed.
All right, firebolt.
Okay, you've got, I should say, there's 9. There's enough now. You've got a rough idea. There's still 4 of the larger blights on you, but there's only 9 of the smaller ones left.
Okay. Any of them injured?
One of the one that Jean hit with the lightning, the larger one, is on the ground, but it is injured, yes.
All right, I hit that one. 16 hit?
Yes.
All right, he takes 3 damage.
Yeah, he's dead. He's just
all right.
Explodes.
And then I charge after Jean, intent on saving him from something.
I want to remark, I did just see you kill one. It was an injured one. He seemed very tired.
One. Big.
He was a very, very tired.
He was ready. There was blood on him. I think it was your blood. So in a way, that was revenge.
No, it was a piece of driftwood.
There's a lot of blood all over the place. Mostly yours.
Lord Talfrin, just so you're aware, there's 4 of them are going to get an attack on you if you do that, because Jean...
yes, but I gave up my rugby scrum days, back in the adventures in my youth. It didn't turn out as well as I'd hoped. So I don't think splinters.
Okay, the first of the smaller ones stabs at you for 6 versus AC. The next one gets 10
pathetic.
versus the next one's 10 versus AC. The two larger ones have a go at you. The first one gets 9 versus AC. And the
give him
one
the
after
finger.
that gets 23 versus AC.
That'll leave a mark.
So he stabs you in the back for 6 piercing damage. His digits reaching under you, piercing through the cloth. Does that leave you with 4? Is that right?
Kind of like a razor tickle.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. Is that the end of your turn, Lord Telfin?
Yes.
Kellen. So,
Crit Faced is a weekly Dungeons & Dragons podcast. To make sure you never miss an episode, and to get an exclusive prequel episode of the podcast where you can find out what our characters were up to before this adventure began, head over to critfacedpodcasts.com and join our Crit Faced fan group.